All right. So today we are going to be doing the Panama certification workshop. So I'm going to share my screen. And it is with Travel Agent Academy. So go ahead and log into the dashboard. And it is one of their brand new certifications. So I'm very excited.
Travel.
And then once you guys are in, click enroll now. There we go. All right, so the specialist program only has 2 chapters, so it shouldn't take us long.
Password.
All right. Just let me know when you all are at this spot.
I forgot my password. I got to look at it.
Man, if I didn't have auto save on my passwords, I would be one lost little girl.
Because when we did Jamaica, I had logged right into the Jamaica one. So
Oh, that's right.
I think that's what messed me up here. So I think I saved it under my about on my page. Groups.
So Jessica, you said you had friends that were just there the beginning of December?
Yes, I have a friend that is from there and his mother passed, so he and his siblings and their families went there to celebrate their mom.
Oh, where were they? In the city or?
Both. They spent a little bit of time in Panama City, so they got to go see the canal and such like that. And then his wife told me another place was, she called it beaches. I have no idea. I probably, they were on a beach. She was happy about that. And
Oh boy, that
here in
could,
Montana, so.
well, there's a lot of coastline, so that
Yeah.
could have been.
Yeah. And I don't know if they were looking at the Caribbean or if they were at the,
Pacific side.
yeah, I don't know which way they were. I'll get more information from her, and she invited me. Now that I'm a travel agent, next time we go, you have to go with us. We're going in 2 years. You better be ready. Well, okay, I'll be ready.
Yes.
I'll totally be there.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, I'm not signed up, so I did have to sign in. So that's what
Okay.
I'm doing quick.
No worries.
I was signed up and signed in, but it didn't like waiting that long. So I got signed up after I messaged you because I was hoping you would let me know where I needed to be at and such like that.
Yeah. Yep. Travel
Um,
Agent Academy. And
call center.
so while she's finishing up getting in, what do we want to start looking at for next year? Because I'm going to do them every Thursday.
Have you done a Bahamas one?
I've not done the Bahamas one. We can definitely do the Bahamas one. I know as soon as Clea is updated, I was going to do a walkthrough with that one.
That's an awesome idea.
Yes.
The Marriott update.
That's another awesome one. I'm like drawing a blank.
I know.
Um,
Because have y'all done Princess?
I have not.
So I'll do princess.
Is there like a, maybe like a Florida Keys one or something?
There is a Keys,
Yeah, I know. I've seen a Florida one.
lots in Florida. Do we want to take maybe a month and do Disney?
I would love
I-
that.
Oh my
like-
God.
Although
Good
I
idea.
was gonna start that in January myself, just to kind of get through, but I would love that. I've got my whole little list of places.
Yeah, I just did that because I
How
had
did-
an inquiry and I found out that I needed to have certification to get commission. So I took 2 days and did and that's all I did was went through the Disney.
You did that in 2 days?
I
heard
did.
Which
it's
one?
taken people
All of it.
weeks.
The whole Disney course. It took me
You
a
did
good,
not knowledge of Disney College in 2 days.
because I didn't want the booking to come along and me not be able to get commission.
That's gotta be a record breaking.
So
That-
I
yes,
didn't do
it does.
anything else. I didn't do any of my posting, nothing. I had to just shut down everything.
Just shut down.
Shut down.
That's impressive.
It was crazy. I would not recommend it. I was burnt out when I was done.
And
Oh,
I
I
was
can
just gonna say,
imagine.
and do you remember anything you learned after going through it that quickly and burning yourself down like that?
I took a lot of
Right?
notes. Well, you have to in order to take the quiz. So I'm better with notes, so that's what I did. Oh my God. All right, I just submit.
Okay, cool.
Get started.
But I really like the group Disney idea.
Okay, we'll do group Disney. So I'll see what, when Clea drops, may wait and do Disney in February
Okay.
so that we get the full benefits of, but we have, let me look at it.
I'm sorry, where do I find Belize? Where am I going?
We're
What-
doing Panama today.
Pa-
I think-
Oh, Panama. We're doing Panama. Okay. Sorry. Why did I think Belize?
I think we already did Belize.
I did, yeah. Do you know if they've got anything for Portugal?
I haven't seen Portugal.
Haven't seen it either.
But I have a whole list that I haven't gone through yet, so there might be something.
I met somebody from Portugal and she recommended to get some knowledge in that area too and sell it. Of course, she's partial to Portugal, so.
Yeah.
Have you done like the Virgin Islands or the British Virgin Islands at all, Andy?
No. So I really started doing the weeklies about mid-November, so we don't have many.
Many? Okay.
So yeah, maybe we'll do like a cruise month, we'll do a Disney month, we'll do
Yeah,
kind of try to theme it out maybe.
I like that.
Nation. I don't know why I can't find Panama.
So
My goodness.
in your Travel Agent Academy dashboard, like on
Uh-huh.
the front page, there'll be a drop-down menu. Oops, let me go to the front page.
I'm on the course catalog page.
Okay, so about midway down, it'll say new courses.
Okay. Oh, down here. Oh, okay. I see. I didn't click down far enough. I was doing the arrow. Okay, I'm there.
Okay, all right. So chapter 1, Panama Program Specialist.
So you clicked enroll already?
Clicked enroll.
Okay.
And then it'll take you to where it says specialist program,
Yes.
chapter 1. And then it'll get us on the learning path.
Chapter 1, start. Okay.
Yep. Start chapter. Oh, and now I gotta stop the share and do a multi-screen share so that it.
Thank you, I'm there.
Two, okay. So chapter 1, nature and beaches. That looks like it's the mountains of Boquete, because I think I saw that. All right, so Panama, the land that united the Americas, that separated and then connected the oceans. The land that transformed the planet's biodiversity and changed the world forever. Panama finds itself not only in the crossroads between North and South America, but also between fast-paced cosmopolitan life and traditional earth-centered cultures, modernity and history, sun-drenched terrains, mysterious rainforests, science and nature. So it's a very unique country, lots of exploration, bring together countless sights and sensations, all within 30,000 square miles, an area roughly equivalent to that of South Carolina. It's the perfect immersive adventure option for true and mindful travelers among your clients, especially those searching for authentic experiences. So, at its narrowest, it's only 15 miles that separate the Atlantic and the Pacific, and that's where they did the canal. It's a snake-like shape. Panama is the only country where visitors can see the sunrise on the Pacific and the sunset on the Atlantic in the same day. It has history's greatest engineering feat, the Panama Canal, which connects the two oceans and global trade. Its unusual geographical history has given rise to over 10,000 varieties of plants, 1,500 species of trees, 800 species of birds, 255 mammals, 226 amphibians. So lots and lots and lots of cool stuff to see. Panama City is the only national capital that has a tropical rainforest in it within its city limits, and that would be the Gamboa National. The indigenous groups make up 12% of Panama's total population, and they still reside on their ancestral lands. All right, so in this chapter, we're going to explore the geological wonders that make up the destination of Panama, glorious and varied beaches, stunning biodiversity, and contrasting terrains. In chapter 2, we've got the country's indigenous culture, science and technology attractions, historic city sites, gastronomy, and current city life. It will also feature helpful travel information. All right. Nature overview. Natural beauty, biodiverse, and dazzling landscapes. Panama is incomparable. 3 million years ago, the Isthmus of Panama emerged from the bottom of the ocean and changed the world forever. It divided the ocean and joined the two continents, triggering one of the most important natural evolutionary events in history, according to NASA. The narrow bridge of land in Central America is home to over 10,000 different plants, 1,500 species of trees, 800 plus species of birds. Panama alone has more species of birds than North America and Europe combined.
Wow.
And it is a resting point on the route of numerous species of birds that migrate between North and South. There's also 255 species of mammals and 226 species of amphibians. Make wildlife observation a must-have experience. Nature overview. More than a third of the country is made up of protective reserves focused on the conservation of its natural ecosystems. Additionally, Panama City is the only national capital that has a rainforest within its city limits. There's also hundreds of islands and miles of protected coral reefs, which shelter a wide diversity of marine life on both coastlines. The Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute has been based in Panama for more than 100 years and is the only Smithsonian Bureau based outside the US. It's dedicated to understanding the past, present, and future of tropical ecosystems and their relevance to human welfare. All right. So we are going to start in the highlands in the Cherokee province, and Cherokee province is premier mountain destination. The highlands are a paradise filled with picturesque towns, outdoor and recreational activities, and weather to die for. The area is home to popular cities such as Boquete, Serra Punta, and Volcan, and attractions like Baru Volcano and the world-renowned Geisha coffee farms. So Boquete, land of the flowers, a city for mountaineers, bird watchers, and travelers passionate about indigenous cultures and volcanoes. Spectacular mountain views, world-class rafting, kayaking, golf, coffee farm tours, bird watching, hiking, horseback riding, and they're missing e-bike tours. Baru Volcano. The main attraction of the Cherokee Highlands is the Baru Volcano, peaking over 11,000 feet above sea level, highest point in Panama and Central America. It's one of the only places in the world where you can see both the Pacific and the Atlantic at the same time, standing on top from the naked eye. And then the Geisha coffee farms in the Cherokee Highlands are recognized internationally for the exclusive production of Geisha coffee. Mild climate, winds from the two seas, the volcanic soil surrounding the Baru volcano give Panamanian coffee their exquisite aroma and flavor as well as high quality. And let me tell you, that is some phenomenal coffee if you're a coffee fan. The Geisha harvest season, which begins in September and ends in April, is carried out manually by the Gobe Bugle and by the small producers whose main values are rigor and the commitment to quality over quantity. So it is expensive. It's like $50 a pound compared to, I mean, it's super expensive, but super worth it. The Tierras Atlas is the perfect destination for Panama's famous coffee tours and for learning about the picking, roasting, and processing of the coffees. So to get to the highlands, it's about a 7-hour car ride from Panama City, or there are domestic flights between the city and David, and then a 45-minute car ride to get up into the highlands. All right, and then we're going to come down around to El Valle. And El Valle is a cool microclimate, lots of hiking trails, easy access from Panama City. The mountain town of El Valle de Anton is one of Panama's best spots for a comfortable ecotourism getaway. It's a small town located in a luscious green valley of an inactive volcano crater, which is actually the largest inhabited crater in the world. That's our next location when we go. One of the main attractions of the area is a hiking trail. It's doable in 3 hours to the top of the India Dormida, the sleeping Indian mountain, which offers spectacular views and a unique legend. Visitors should make the hike with a guide. They should also stop by the Nispero Zoo to see El Valle's famous golden frog. This guy right here. The world-renowned amphibian is extinct in the wild, but can be found in protected facilities around the country. El Valle offers other activities such as thermal baths, a snake zoo, rock climbing, a canopy, mountaineering, horseback riding, bird watching, and an artisans market that is open every day. It's called the Sunday or the Tuesday market, but it's open every day of the week. 80 miles from the capital city, very easy to drive to. All right. The Soberina National Park in Panama City houses about 105 species of mammals, 525 species of birds, 79 species of reptiles, 36 species of fish, and an incredible abundance of plants. It offers 4 exceptional sites: the Pipeline Road, the Panama Rainforest Discovery Center, the Plantation Road, and El Charco Trail. So the Pipeline Road, it's a moderately difficult hike, located at the end of town of Gamboa, which is the main national park. It's ideal for bird watchers, being a location consistently setting records for the number of birds spotted in a 24-hour window, peaking at 367 different species of birds in that 24 hours. Common sightings are the keel-billed toucan, the motmot, the tragon, and a variety of wrens, tanagers, and flycatchers. You'll also see the monkeys, the tragones, the toucans, and the blue morpho butterflies are also regulars in that area. So it's 16 miles from the city proper, easily accessible by car. Uber will take you there in about 30 minutes and is very, very inexpensive. They use Uber, they don't use taxis. Parallel to the Pipeline Road, the Panama Rainforest Discovery Center is an ecotourism and environmental education project. Main goal is the conservation of birds through environmental sustainability. Spiral staircase of 174 steps brings you to the top of the deck at 32 meters high, just above the forest canopy. Much of the center is built of materials recycled from the original Canal Zone construction site. All right, Plantation Road is an 8-mile trail that passes through a mature dry rainforest. Views of waterfalls, variety of wildlife, tropical plants like cacao, rubber, and coffee trees. The trail ends at the intersection with historic Camino de Cruces Trail. And the El Charco Trail is suitable for the entire family. Located just a mile from the municipal park summit just outside the city. Natural swimming pool, trails, and picnic areas. All right, so the Metropolitan Natural Park in Panama City. It's a green sanctuary located literally 10 minutes from downtown in bad traffic. The Metro Natural Park covers 573 acres of land, the only tropical rainforest in the world to serve as a public rec park for a metropolitan area. Approximately 75% of the park is covered by tropical dry rainforest of the Pacific. Despite being so close, the park inhabits 227 bird species, 45 mammals, 36 kinds of snakes, and 14 kinds of amphibians. There's also about 284 of the over 1,500 plant species in the park, including trees that can get between 100 and 150 feet high. There's multiple hiking trails, a butterfly house, a research crane that rises above the canopy. The crane is the first of its kind, was installed by the Smithsonian in 1990 and has helped scientists study the interaction between the forest and the atmosphere. All right, Chagres National Park, Panama and Cologne. So the Cologne province is one of the inlet outlets of the canal. It covers approximately 320,000 acres and was created with the objective of preserving the rainforest to produce water in sufficient quantities and of adequate quality to guarantee the normal operations of the canal, as well as supplying drinking water and electricity to the cities of Panama, Cologne, and La Correa. The indigenous Ambrera tribe still lives there. In the upper reaches of the lake. It's possible to visit the village and get a sense of what indigenous life in Panama is like. Also of interest is the Camino Real, which runs through the park. This trail was once used by the Spanish to transport gold across the isthmus. All right, and then Barro, Colorado Nature Monument, the most intensively studied tropical rainforest in the world. Barro, Colorado has served as a reserve for the Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute since 1923. Almost 4,000-acre island is a mecca for tropical biologists with 5 surrounding peninsulas, providing easy access to central Panama's lowland tropical forest. Barro, Colorado Island was formed by the creation of Lake Gatun in 1913 during the construction of the canal. The biodiversity is home to almost 400 different bird species, 500 different species of butterflies, and 500 different species of trees. Lucky visitors will see and hear troops of howler monkeys, colorful toucans, mischievous aguitos, and millions-strong ant colonies. Expert multilingual naturalists are here to explain the wonders of tropical nature to visitors. So in Viator, we did all of our day tours through Viator, and you can do a trip down the Gatun Lake, and within it there's Monkey Island. So they will actually jump on the boat with you. So you get to see them full up close. All right, pop quiz. All right, fill in the blanks from the word blank below. Boquete, located in the highlands of Cherokee Province, is the land of flowers and coffee, which benefits from rich volcanic soil. The Metropolitan Natural Park, located in Panama City, is the only tropical rainforest to serve as a rec park. Barro, Colorado has long served as a tropical forest reserve for the blank Tropical Research Institute, the Smithsonian. A great park for natural lovers, complete with a choice of 3 hiking trails and a rainforest discovery center at Soberina National Park. Located in the crater of an inactive volcano, El Valle offers hiking trails, a zoo protecting the golden frog, bird watching, mountaineering, and thermal baths. And the Camino Real, which runs through Chagres National Park, was once used by the Spanish to transport gold. Come on. Y'all agree?
Yes.
All right, the beaches. Yes, the beaches. So Panama's unique location and shape makes for an experience of a lifetime. Panama is blessed with a wide range of beaches on both the Pacific and the Caribbean coastlines. Due to its small size and snake-like geographical shape, visitors can get from one coastline to the other in a matter of hours. Even though there is a train, it was down for COVID, that follows the canal, and you can go from one side to the other. Even though Panama's beaches are in continuous development with the ongoing building of high-end resorts, the country still has many pristine beaches that offer a true nature experience. So the Pacific coast stretches approximately 1,000 miles. Water conditions range from calm to playful, while changing tide make for excellent surfing. Beaches can feature both black-colored and pearl white sand. The Caribbean side is the crystal clear waters, white sand beaches, calm waves. It's really the Caribbean experience. The Panama's Caribbean waters encompass hundreds of islands, most of which are still inhabited. Oh, I thought we did that. Okay. Let's start into Tobago. All right. So Tobago, it's an island founded in 1524. Name means abundant fish in native language. Today, it also is referred to as the Island of Flowers due to its colorful flora. Aside from its beach activities, the island offers hiking. Yeah, we'll talk about that hiking in a minute. Experiences to visitors, including Cerro de la Cruz, a hill trail that offers beautiful views of the valley in Altos de Campana National Park. Fishing and snorkeling tours around Tobago are also very popular. Tobago was the island where colonial era seamen and pirates rested before arriving in Panama City. It's home to the second church founded on the continent's Pacific coast, St. Peter's Church, which was declared a National Historical Monument in 1996. Tobago also offers small hotels, restaurants, craft shops, island tours, and more. So right here, if you can see my little arrow, that's the Tobago Palace and Spa. That's where we stayed. And the reason I said we'll talk about the hiking experience, when we asked about hiking up to the cross up here, the Cerro de la Cruz, they handed us a hand-drawn map on a napkin. And said, follow this. And we went, oh. And they said, oh, up to there, it'll take about 45 minutes. And yeah, no, it took us 45 minutes to get out of the town following the map. So then the next day we got even extra adventurous and they said, now follow this part of the map. They said, this one can be done in an hour and a half. 4 hours later, we are still coming around the other side of the island. But it's okay because we had nothing else to do. And this right here is the ferry terminal. So the ferry will stop at the end. They do have immigration that will check your stuff to make sure you're not bringing anything illegal on the island. All right, Contadora Island in the Pacific. It's the main island of the Pearl Islands. The Pearl Islands is where a lot of the show Survivor is filmed. Contadora has more than 13 beaches, a wide array of hotels, resorts, condos, and villas. Greatest assets are its beaches with calm and clear water, white sand. The Pearl Islands have much to offer visitors, such as whale watching between July and October, snorkeling, paddleboarding, windsurfing, sailing, fishing year-round. Scuba is also a must. Great schools of fish, over 50,000 large, live in the surrounding waters. It is about an hour and a half boat ride to the main Flamenco Marina from the Amador Causeway, 50 miles from Panama City. There is sometimes a flight that comes in and out. All right, Bahia Piñas, Darien Province. Darien, yeah. So Bahia Piñas is located along the southern Pacific coast of Panama in the province of Darien, about 35 miles from the Colombian border. It's a world-renowned fishing destination where more than 200 deep-sea fishing world records have been set. Now, Darien, while they're promoting Darien, I wouldn't promote Darien just because of how close it is to Colombia. The cartel come in and out of there a lot. There is a lot of coastline. You can get there by boat. There is a flight from the domestic terminal in Panama City. The Embrera communities welcome visitors down there. They want you to see what they're doing, the immersion. So if your clients do want to do that, just make them aware how close it is to Colombia, and that, you know, there is the potential for the cartel to be seen. So the Pacific beaches, the Riviera Pacific, driving west from Panama City, many beaches with different hotel options, basic hostels to all-inclusives to high-end resorts. Chame and El Palmar are the first beaches in the coastline, just an hour away from the city. Both are popular for surfing, kite surfing, feature surf schools. And then just a little further down the road from Chame is the popular expat community of Coronado, a beach town with hotels of all ranges, restaurants. There is a clinic and other urban facilities. Further west, you've got the resorts, Sheraton, Viajo, Playa Blanca Beach Resort, Riu Playa Blanca, Decameron all-inclusive, the Bonaventure Golf and Beach Resort. And there are a few that they did not list a little closer to the canal versus towards Chame. Padasi, and this is Padasi or Pedasi. It can be pronounced either way. 203 miles from the city, so about a 4.5-hour car ride if they want to drive it. It's located in the Azuaro Peninsula in the province of Los Santos, another up and coming destination. It's just getting huge for expats to move there. Azuaro is in the cradle of the Panamanian folklore. Lots of festivals fill the towns, dancing, beautiful traditional costumes, known as the Polaria and Montaro, and its carnivals are a spectacle of pure luxury. 2 miles east of the city is an easily accessible coastline of white sand beaches. And then southwest of Padasi, visitors find Playa Banao, a local surf spot that serves up consistently good waves. So that if your clients are looking for a relaxing, you know, kind of splish splashy fun beach, that is not it. The tides and the surf are too big. Santa Catalina in Vargas province on the Pacific. It's also another must for surfers. The hotels offer personalized service due to their relatively small size. The largest hotel has 20 rooms. So that'll give you an idea of the size of that town. And then from here, visitors can make a short trip to Cabaya National Park, an ecological marvel and paradise for scuba divers, snorkelers, and marine scientists. So it's in the Gulf of Cherokee. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2005, home to the largest live reef of the western coastline of the American continent and harbors the greatest biological diversity in the world. Comprises a group of 38 islands, 430,000 plus acres of marine ecosystem. And its a main access point is Santa Catalina. Coiba Island is separated from the mainland during the last ice age, between 12,000 and 18,000 years ago. Its sea levels rose, animals in this zone had to adapt to living on an island. Because Coiba Island once served as a penal colony, access to the area has been very restricted. Such limited human contact has allowed 80% of the archipelago's natural resources to survive and flourish. Boca Chica. 266 miles from Panama City. You can be there in about a 6.5 hour drive, or from Panama City, you can fly from the domestic airport to David, and then about a 45-minute to an hour car ride. It's up and coming coast and island destination. Boca Chica is small fishing village along Panama's central Pacific coast. Primarily, it's the gateway to the Gulf of the Cherokee National Park. Offers abundant vegetation, the white sand that you think of when you think of tropical destinations, lots of recreational activities, fishing, diving, snorkeling. Visitors can tour within the islands and mangrove areas of the marine park. And it's one of the best sites for bird watching. The Gulf of Cherokee is known for being one of the world's most prolific big game and sport fishing grounds, especially on Hannibal Bank and Isla Montosa. All right, so now the Caribbean coast. San Blas Islands. From Panama City to Carti, it's the main port to the San Blas Islands. By car, 2.5 hours scenic drive through the Central Mountain Range, and then an additional 20-minute boat ride. So that's the only way you can get there is via boat. It's located along the Caribbean coast of the Cormaca Aguna Ayala. San Blas is approximately 365 islands and keys. Ideal for snorkeling due to its unspoiled natural beauty. The Guna tribe, one of Panama's oldest indigenous groups, lives on 49 of the 365 islands. They're characterized by their arts, pottery, the popular molas, a traditional textile craft made from layers of colored fabric, assembled to form patterns and pictures of their indigenous beliefs. The Guna Council has complete territorial and economic autonomy from Panama's central government. So the tourism development projects are underway in the area, but there is a lack of internet access. It's a cash-only system. So it's still kind of an up and coming. Most things to San Blas are day tours or a couple of nights on like a catamaran type boat. Isla Grande in Colón. Isla Grande is a small island on Panama's Caribbean coast, located 9 miles off the shores of Portobello, Colón. Popular getaway for locals. There are no roads, footpaths only along the island's southern coast. White sand, turquoise water, palm trees, the traditional tropic, what we think of. Isla Grande is a great destination for snorkeling and spearfishing. The Black Christ statue, which is this, sits in its waters believed to date back to 1658, when it was found washed up on the shores of the Portobello Harbor. And then Bocas del Toro. Looks just like that. It's a group of islands in Panama's northwest Caribbean coast. Isla Colón, better known as Bocas Town, is the ideal spot to enjoy Panama's best beaches. It's actually very close to Costa Rica. In about a 45-minute walk, you can be across the border. Popular activities include surfing, scuba diving, snorkeling. It's rich and culturally diverse town. People from different backgrounds share their lifestyle in a tropical, relaxed environment. Must visit places include Zapatilla, Playa Wizard, Red Frog Beach, Old Bank, and Turtle Beach, honored with a Blue Flag Award in recognition of its exceptional standards, all within the Isla Bastimentos National Parks. So to get there, it's about a 10-hour bus ride. It is an overnight bus ride. There is one, sometimes two daily flights out of Panama City's domestic port. Or if your clients are in Boquete, it's about a 4.5-hour car ride from the Highlands. All right, so which attractions would you find on which coast? Black Christ Church is the Caribbean. Santa Catalina is the Pacific. Coy Bay is Pacific. San Blas is the Caribbean. Cuisine with African influences is the Caribbean. And Bahia Piñas is Pacific. All right, final exam. Which word best describes Panama's geological shape? It is snake-like. Visitors to Panama can drive from the Pacific coastline to the edges of the Caribbean Sea in a matter of hours. For the best surfing in Panama, send your clients to beaches on the Pacific coast. And to visit the archipelago of Bocas del Toro with its award-winning beaches and cultural diversity, send your clients to the Caribbean coast. The economy of the San Blas Islands is controlled by the indigenous Guna people. And in the Pacific coast town of Padasi on the Azuaro Peninsula, your clients can experience which of the following: Panamanian folklore and festivals, sumptuous carnivals, easy access to surf spots and wildlife. All of the above. Panama boasts one of the world's greatest engineering feats, the Panama Canal. The country's unusual geographic history has given rise to an astonishing number of plant varieties, species of trees, species of birds, mammals, and amphibians. That is true. And Panama City is the only national capital comprising a tropical rainforest within its city limits. Visitors to Panama can enjoy almost any eco-adventure imaginable, from snorkeling to bird watching to nature hikes and kayak tours. That is also true. All right, so fun fact about the Panama Canal, because we gave it back, the Panamanians love Americans. So you don't have to feel scared that it is, because it is still considered a third world country, but very safe. Wait, why are you saying continue? I already did it. Really? Now let it go. No, why is it still saying?
Mine popped off and just had to go to the main screen again, so I don't know if maybe that's
Maybe.
why it's
Which
giving
is
you a little bit
weird.
of grief. And we lost your screen share too, by the way, in case you didn't see that part,
Okay,
because the one thing did pop off.
let me see if it gives it back to me. No, it's not giving it back to me still. Really? Maybe it'll let me go through and do it again. Oh, it's telling me I've got to review all the things again. No, no, no. I've already done all of them. Ah,
Can you refresh your screen on the front page and see if that'll?
I did.
Okay.
Let me just log completely out and see if that doesn't. Because y'all got yours, right?
Yes. Where's my thing? Yes.
It did not register me at all. Wow.
That's so weird.
That is weird.
All right, let me click through this stuff very quickly and take it. Because it won't let me go to step 2 until I do. Man, I don't want to do this all over again. It's located in Panama City.
Well, thank God you went there 3 times.
Well, this is true. Working on number 4.
It's
So what?
Just the system making
What?
sure that you know what you're talking about.
What other fun facts do we want to know while I finish this?
Well, I know I want to go because I want to see the rainforest. That part, I mean, there's so much about it that looks beautiful, but the rainforest, that would just be
The
awesome.
rainforest is amazing.
Have you been to all of those areas?
I've not been to all of them. I've been to Panama City. I've been to Toboga Island. I've been to Bocas del Toro. I've been to David, and I have been to, hold on, Bocas, Panama City, Toboga Island, David, Boquete. So about half of them.
Yeah.
And by far it's a toss up between Bocas del Toro and Tobago Island. Met a lot of cool people on both. In fact, the owner of the resort on Toboga Island, we talk to about once a month.
Oh, nice.
And he sent pictures of the sunrise yesterday from the resort, and we were not happy. I mean, we were, but we were like, wow, it's time. Totally, totally time.
You were feeling a little jealousy.
A whole lot of jealousy. But it's good. It's good that we can, and the owner of the resort isn't even Panamanian. He's he's got dual citizenship. He was originally from England. Countries you should check. Let me make sure. That is true. And the only tropical rainforest, and that is true. Submit. Now maybe it'll let me. There we go. I don't know why it made me go back the whole way and do it again. But okay, so now I'm going to start chapter 2. And when the
Mercury did go retrograde early this morning, so it is going to test us all. Make sure we know what we're talking about.
Okay. All right. So we should see my screen again. The culture and the city. Now that you've learned the lay of the land, we're going to explore lots of attractions. Indigenous culture, technology, science-focused attractions, historic city sites, gastronomy, and current city life. All right, so the culture. Oh, I had my picture taken on that one. Sorry. Most indigenous groups in Panama still live on ancestral lands in semi-autonomous reserves called comarcas. Indigenous communities tend to make a living through a combination of subsistence farming, fishing, hunting, and the sale of handmade arts and crafts. There are 7 indigenous groups: the Guna, the Tirbe, the Bulgay, the Gabe, Naso, Embera, and Wunan. Found in Panama have their own unique cultures, languages, and traditions. Even though Panama has numerous indigenous groups, visitors are strongly encouraged to visit Embera and Guna, since those 2 are the most receptive to tourists. Embera, also known in the historical literature as the Chaco or Cato Indians, are indigenous group of Panama and Colombia. There are approximately 33,000 people in Panama who identify as Embera, and they live mainly in the province of Darien. Tours usually start in the Gamboa rainforest with a ride along the Chagres River in a traditional Embera dugout canoe. When you arrive in the village, they're greeted with traditional music and dances from the group. Plus, you get to taste delicious traditional meals such as fried plantain and fried fish. The Guna comprise a population of around 62,000 people, live along the Eastern Caribbean coast in the picture-perfect San Blas Archipelago. The area runs along the Caribbean slope of the Darien all the way to Colombia. The female members of the tribe wear stunning and highly ornamental traditional dress. Most notable feature is the mola, an intricately woven cloth panel that decorates both the front and back of the woman's blouse, which you can also purchase. Visitors can reach San Blas by driving on a 4x4 from the city for about 3 hours, and then a local will pick you up by boat for another 45-ish minute boat ride.
What do they
Historic
mean by
sites.
4x4 vehicle? What?
So like a Jeep.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is the old town of Casco Viejo. And I walked those steps. So Casco Antigua encompasses the old town of Casco Viejo. It's the historic district, cultural gem of Panama City. It's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Casco Antigua was established around 1673 by the Spanish colonists, the Catholic Church, and other settlers. The streets are filled with buildings that served as homes and government buildings over centuries, majestic cathedrals and churches, gourmet restaurants, quaint shops, upscale residences. Casco Antigua is the perfect place to escape. Yes, it is. So, Some of the places to visit are the Panama Canal Museum, the Presidential Palace, Plaza Santa Ana was the first market, Plaza Catedral or Plaza Mayor, it's the main square, and then the Basilica Santa Maria. Now, I did that. Okay. Cerro Engon, Mi Pueblito, located in Panama City, an elevation nearly 653 feet above sea level. Spectacular views of Panama City showing the contrast between the old town and its modern sides. On the slopes of Cerro Engon is Mi Pueblito, a tourist and cultural attraction for visitors, and most people hike up the road. Each of the three villages contains architectural elements and exhibitions that seek to transmit a bit of the indigenous, Afro-Antillean, and peasant cultures they represent. I know. All right. Panama Viejo. It's the first European settlement built on the Pacific coast of the Americas. Was founded in 1519, became one of the most important trade centers. The city was attacked in 1671, left ruins and never rebuilt. The site now offers 57 acres of building remains connected to Paz, two-story museum, the cathedral tower, the old city, again, which was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1997. And it's also rentable for private events. And Portobello, San Lorenzo. Portobello is a port city in the province of Colón. Because of its deep natural harbor, it's a major export before the destruction in 1739 during the War of Jenkins' Ear. In 1980, UNESCO designated the ruins of the Spanish colonial fortifications, along with nearby Fort San Lorenzo, together known as Portobello San Lorenzo, as a World Heritage Site. We are a little bit over, so is it? Okay, I'm just making sure they're not trying to tell me to log off. Majestic Cathedrals is Antigua. Three Villages is Mi Pueblito. Ruins. Okay. Wait, which one did it? Oh, okay, it took it a minute. So city life. Points of interest. That's the Amador Causeway. Perfect place for walking, quality time with family, lots of restaurants. Strip features stunning views of the bay and the skyline. Visitors can visit Punta Calero Nature Center and the Biomuseo, which are both on the strip. Cycling and paddleboarding are some of the top rec things to do there. It was built in 1913 with rocks from the cutout of the canal. Panama City, the causeway joins Panama City with 4 islands: Naus, Perico, Colabero, and Flamenco. And then there's various ferries and boat rides that depart the causeway daily to the islands of Tobago and Contadora. The business district, located in the core of Panama City, it's has a lot to offer tourists. Find top of the line hotels, bars, restaurants, malls with internationally renowned brands. You cannot walk easily in the city. They drive like maniacs. It is a very defensive driving country versus offensive driving. But you can in like the Costco Viejo, Costco Antiquo areas. But the main strip is Balboa Avenue. There is a way cool fish market. So Costco Antiquo, great variety of nightclubs, fine restaurants, lots of clubs, lots to do. Rooftop bars, trade hotels. And then the nightlife takes place in two sectors amid the Spanish colonial buildings of Costco Antiguo, which is by far the most popular nightlife destination because the business district of downtown is not so easily walked. All right. Technology and science. So the Panama Canal, major wonder of the world, artificial 51-mile waterway that connects the Atlantic and the Pacific. The canal cuts across the isthmus and is a conduit for maritime trade. Canal locks are found at each end to lift ships up to the Gatun Lakes level and then lower the ships at the other end. Most common way is by going to the Miraflores Visitor Center. It's about a 20-minute drive from downtown. There's an interactive museum, a viewing deck. There's also an IMAX theater, which showcases a documentary of it being built, narrated by Morgan Freeman. There's also a new viewing center overlooking the Agua Clara locks in Cologne, just 1 hour away from the city. All right, the Miraflores Visitor Center and the Biomuseum, located on the east side of the locks. The Miraflores Visitor Center is where you'll go to learn about how the canal was built, how it operates. 4 different exhibitions, and is organized by themes. Dedicated to the history, the importance of the water, the operation, and the role the canal played in world trade. The center has a modern multimedia theater, 3 observation terraces, 2 refreshment shops, and a restaurant with panoramic views. The museum, this is actually in Costco Viejo, Costco Antiqua. Beautifully restored building, so it's a little further away from the canal. So if your clients don't want to go the whole way to the canal but still want to learn about it, it's right in the main city. And then the Biomuseo, designed by the renowned contemporary architect Frank Gehry, located on the Amador Causeway. It's dedicated to the natural history of Panama's biodiversity. There are 8 permanent exhibition galleries. There's a public atrium, there's an aquarium, a space for temporary exhibitions, a shop, a cafe, multiple outdoor exhibits. And this is all walking trail for the whole complex. Okay, so the so the canal is one of the 7 wonders. The Miraflores Visitor Center is where you watch the operations. The Canal Museum showcases the history, and the Biomuseum, or the Biomuseo, is all about the diversity. Food. Lots of cool food. So many cultures from all over the planet have their mark in Panama City. Panama City is technically the hub of Central and South America. So 99% of your clients will connect through there to go anywhere else in Central and South America. Such incomparable wealth has helped its capital become a UNESCO creative city in gastronomy. So some of the cuisine is a mix of African, Spanish, and Native American techniques, dishes, and ingredients. Panama is a land bridge between two continents, so it's got all of those Latin American flavors from all over. The yuca, the beef, plantains, chicken, pork, seafood, it's all there. Fun facts. Located in southeastern Central America between Costa Rica and Colombia. It connects South America with Central America, bound by the Caribbean to the north, the Pacific to the south. The climate, there's 2 seasons, tropical maritime, which is hot, humid, rainy, which is May through December, and the dry season, January through May. But it's very, very temperate. Lows in the 60s, highs in the 70s in the mountains, along the coasts. It's highs or lows in the 70s, highs 80s and 90s, depending on where you're at. And then culturally diverse, melting pot of cultures, because of the indigenous groups that still reside on the isthmus, the Spanish conquistadors, the Spanish Empire, plus all the workers that helped complete the canal in the early 1900s. All right, flights. Copa offers direct flights from 13 cities in the US, Boston, Chicago, Denver, Fort Lauderdale, LA, Orlando, Miami, New Orleans. But then also you've got United American, Delta, Spirit, as well as Iberia, Air France, KLM, Air Europe, and Turkish. So literally, if your customers are going anywhere in Central and South America, they're going to connect through there because of all of this. They all land in the main airport of Tocumen International. But then there's also the domestic Albert Gilbrecht, which is their domestic across town. And then once they pass through customs, find an official airport taxi. I do not recommend that, and neither do any of the locals. The locals will tell you in a quickness, download the Uber app and Uber everywhere. It's half the cost and a whole lot safer. But then they can also rent cars if they want to drive it. And then rideshare apps. Taxis, they're yellow, easy to recognize, but about twice as expensive to 3 times as the Uber. Buses and subway in the main city. And then the Panamanian Railway connects the Pacific and Atlantic coasts. They use the American dollar, but they do have their official, which is the Balboa, which has parity with the US dollar. Official language is Spanish, but English is widely spoken. They are in the Central Time Zone. No, they're Central. They're not Eastern. I promise you, because it would, yeah.
No daylight
did-
savings, so they actually change time zones. So depending on when you.
Oh, yeah, because they don't do it. Never mind. Yeah. Yeah, we were there during daylight savings, so it did swap it. That makes sense. The unique geographical features. The only country in the world where you can see the sunrise on the Pacific set on the Atlantic, and the narrowest part of the country is only about 50 miles. I thought I did. And electricity is regular 110, so they do not need converters. All right. Baggage is based on COPA's, based on the airline's baggage policies. The Panama Stopover program can fly out. COPA allows travelers to stop in Panama on their way to and from for 24 hours up to 7 days for a multi-stop without additional cost in airfare. Entry and exit taxes are around $50, but we never paid that. It was part of the air tickets. And then normal how to make reservations, agencies, COPA, sales office, that kind of thing. And its connectivity is the hub of the Americas. So again, if your clients are traveling to anywhere in South and Central America, they're going to connect in Panama. And okay, so test. To visit the Embera people, visitors typically ride in a traditional dugout canoe along the Chagres River. When visiting San Blas, your clients might like to purchase the brightly colored textiles called mola, which are made by the Gunas. For a spectacular view of Panama City that shows both the historic and modern sections, suggest that your clients go to Mi Pueblito, because that's that high area. Costco Antiguo, which was declared a UNESCO site, not only comprises historical buildings, but is also a great place for indulging in nightlife. What activities are available for visitors to the causeway? Stroller bike rides, stunning views of the city and the bay, traditional cuisine, the Bio Museo, all of the above. Where in Panama City can top-of-the-line hotels, restaurants, and malls be found? That is in the business district. The cuisine is a mixture of all of these influences. Which of the following below would not traditionally be found? Please select only one. So yucca. So it would traditionally not be pasta. And Panama enjoys a maritime tropical climate and also has many blank, especially in the mountainous areas. Microclimates. And in the early 1900s, immigration to Panama boomed, adding to its cultural diversity, which event most likely helped contribute to this increase in immigration. The completion of the canal.
Mhm.
Oh man, which one did we miss? Sarah. Oh, Mi Pueblito is at the top. Okay. That makes sense. All right, yay. All right, guys, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. And then I'll start working on getting some things together for our want list.
The dashboard.
All right, so you guys have a great rest of your day. Have a wonderful New Year's. And I will see you all next Thursday.
Happy New
Same
Year.
to you, my dear.
All
Thank you.
right,
Happy New Year
guys.
to you. All right.
All right.
Bye.